Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. And hello, friends in between. Welcome, everyone, to our 35th in a series of Denticon webinars all about fee schedules, fee schedule assignments, and fee schedule hierarchy. That's a mouthload. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Karima. Welcome. This presentation is done by Planet DDS, the creators of Denticon, and I'm proud to say thank CE Zoom. Why? Because this webinar is CE certified. So Heather, this is going to be a CE Zoom webinar, and you'll receive your email that'll give you instructions for the verification code for today's webinar, just saying hello to people as they are arriving. So thank you, everybody, for being here. This is a CE credited webinar. Thank you to CE Zoom. How do you get your CE credit? You're going to get an email with the verification code for today's webinar with instructions on how to redeem your CE credit. Okay, so don't worry about that. All righty. Meanwhile, Linda Clower, thank you so much for writing shotgun with me and all of these webinars. Thank you so much for all of your help and all of your hard work. And I'm introducing Linda. She is a Denticon expert. She is a practice management expert. You can appreciate her because she's done what you've done. She's worked in various dental offices and various dental positions. So my pleasure to have you here with me, Linda. Thank you again for all of your energy.
Glad to be here, Kathleen, as always.
Yes. Thank you, exactly. And to the lovely Shelley Kassler, who's here as well, and she's here to monitor the chat. So let's talk a little bit about how this works before I let you say hello, Shelley. Today's presentation is a 45 minutes of the topic with a 15-minute of Q&A. So note that you're all on mute. So if your dog is barking in the background, it's okay. We can't hear them. That's fine. But if you do want to ask questions, you'll be able to ask questions in the question section of the GoToWebinar. So you're going to see there's a little menu there, and if you kind of click around, you'll see there's an area for questions. You'll be able to put in your questions, and that's where Shelley's going to be coming into play. She is going to monitor all of your questions. Hey, Maha. She's going to monitor all of your questions. Now, we might not answer your questions until the end of the webinar because we don't want you to miss. We just might answer that question while we're doing the webinar. But Shelley will be there to take care of you. And thank you, Shelley, for working behind the scenes. We really appreciate you being here with us during all of these webinars. Say hello, Shelley.
Thanks, Kathleen, and welcome, everybody.
Exactly. Thank you. All righty. So what are we doing today? Well, today's topic, as I mentioned, fee schedule assignment, fee schedule hierarchy, big words. And we're going to focus today. This is a three-part series. So thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to do another one similar next month, and then our last one the month after that. So July, August, September, we are doing deep dives into fee schedules. Now, today's webinar, we're going to approach the topic in the following way. How come my fees aren't correct? I'm looking at my treatment plan. I'm looking at the ledger. That's wrong. That fee is wrong. What happened? What's wrong? How do I know what fee schedule it used? Why didn't it use the fee schedule? So today, Linda's going to go over the top 10 or is it top 11 reasons why my fees aren't calculating correctly. And she's going to help you to understand the do's and don'ts of fee schedule assignments, because a lot of what might have gone wrong has to do with the fee schedule, of course, and how it was assigned. She's going to help you identify what fee is being used in the patient's treatment plan, so you'll know when it's wrong and why it's wrong and which one it's using, and how to make sure that it's right and verify that it's right. She's going to teach you how to assign and unassign fee schedules in order to fix an incorrect fee schedule assignment. And she's going to teach you, you're going to learn the relationship between fee schedule types and insurance plan types, and therefore, of course, a fee schedule hierarchy. And then we'll have the 15 minutes of Q&A. Now, before I go on, a couple of other things we have here today. a group of people, 2 people from the VBS team, Virtual Business Services team, Cass and Bridget. So we love them. They're the cousins of customer care, and they're here to answer potentially any questions we can't answer regarding fee schedules, because they are most certainly the fee schedule experts, and they work for you. So if you need some help on entering fee schedules into your system or assigning fee schedules to different carriers or plans, or you did it wrong, but you inherited this and you need some help fixing it, well, that's what VBS does. Virtual Business Services, Cass and Bridget lead the team that can help you do fee schedule assignments, enter fee schedules into the system, and clean up a little messy fee schedule challenge. So thank you, Cass. Thank you, Bridget, for being here as well. We really appreciate your help. All righty, now before we get into the meat of this wonderful deep dive agenda, as always, I'm going to lean on you folks for letting me know a little bit about yourselves. So we're going to launch the classic polls. And my first poll, be so kind, please do participate. I want to know all about you. Here we go. What is the size of your dental organization? Let me launch that poll. There it is. What is the size of your dental organization? Are you a solo? Are you a multi-brick and mortar? Are you a mobile dental? Are you a little bit all of the above? If you are, let's use that term. How do you identify in your practice? All righty. And so I'm looking. That's fantastic. We've got over 60% people voted. How about I give you another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can get 75% to vote. Perfect. Great. All righty. So now let me go ahead and close the poll. Thank you, everybody, for participating. But let me share. What did we learn? We learned that today, most of the people here are multi-location, brick and mortar. I can only imagine, right? Fee schedules across different treating locations. Welcome. And then 34% are solo practitioners, absolutely our bread and butter. Thank you, solo practitioners. And 4% are a multi-location mobile dental group people. Well, what a beautiful eclectic mix. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And my last question, trying to get to know all about you. Here we go. Now it's all about you. The question will be, what is your role in the dental office organization? Go ahead and launch that poll. There it goes. So, all about you. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you identify more as a clinical, a clerical, insurance biller, an office administrator, corporate staff? And if you say, are you kidding me, Kath? I come from a solo practice. I'm all of the above. Good for you. Tell me how you kind of appreciate or identify more as. Thanks again, everybody, for participating. And look and see if we can get 75% here. Looking good. We're already there. So let me do the countdown. Dun, 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 dun. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yay, we got over 80% people voting. Thank you so much, everyone. Mwah. So let me go ahead and close the poll, and let me share what we have learned. So most of the people, let's see, we have 28% are insurance billers, makes sense. 28% are office administrators, makes sense. And then we have another tie between 19% the clerical, the front desk, fantastic, thank you, and 19% corporate staff, great having you here, appreciate that, and 7% clinical, dentist, hygienist, assistant, fantastic. We really appreciate you folks being here as well. Thank you. All righty, so thanks everyone for participating, and now without further ado, let's get started. Let me now introduce and make you, Linda, finally, the presenter. And as I mentioned, if anybody has any questions, we've got the questions chat there. Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the show. We've got a lot to go over here. Thank you so much. All righty, Linda. So thank you. I can see your screen. Beautiful. So as I was telling everybody, what we're going to go over today, top 10, maybe 11 reasons why my fees are wrong. What's up with that? Don't stress about, I got to write this down. She's talking too fast. Where does she come from? Because Linda's showing you right now that you can go to the help portal. She's going to type in top 11 as her way to find the help portal article that we're using as our examples of why aren't my fees right? What's going on? How do I fix this? So sit back, have your popcorn, enjoy the show. Don't worry about writing too many notes. How to do this and what we're doing and why they're not correct are mentioned right here in the help portal. Isn't that wonderful? All righty, so top 10 now, we go top 11. So by the way, when I say top 10 or 11, that means there could be 12, 15, 20 reasons. We're going to hit the most likely reasons why your fees aren't correct, and we know that from the support and the tickets that we get. All right, Linda, so without further ado, let's hit the top number one reason why my fee is not correct. Tell me a little bit about that. What do we have? Tell me a story.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathleen. So we're going to start out here with our patient, Samson. And this is a very common issue. We see Samson has a treatment plan. Obviously, he's got a PPO unassigned here, but we can look at that and tell it's not a PPO fee, right? So let's look and see what fee is being used. We look right here and we can see that the fee schedule is the office default fee schedule. So immediately we know there's something going on here. So the top reason we're looking at today to start out with is there's no fee schedule assigned to this carrier.
So, Linda, let's do the mantra here, because for us this is kind of like, duh, yeah, whatever. For some people this might be very new. So we're going to start off with some mantras to get our day started. The mantra here being PPO carriers should have the PPO fee schedule attached to the carrier. PPO fee schedules attached to the PPO carrier. So there we are. We're looking at the PPO carrier. And what are we not seeing? We're not seeing a PPO fee schedule. So there we go. The top reason why is there's no PPO fee schedule attached. So you might say, well, it should have been and it was for another patient. Perhaps. But anyway, this is how you see if the PPO fee schedule is attached to the PPO carrier. It isn't. We could talk about whys later on. We're just dealing with golds here. So now, Linda, what do we got to do to fix this?
Well, now we have to assign a fee schedule to this carrier. So we'll go up to Setup, Fee Schedules, Fee Schedule Assignments, and in this case, we're going to use the bottom option, Fee Schedule Assignment Bulk. We're going to search our carrier, and it's this first one right here. Next, we'll find our fee schedule that we want to use. We'll use this PPO Assurance fee schedule. So it was in there, it just wasn't assigned to the carrier. So we selected the carrier, we selected the fee schedule, we're going to assign that fee schedule.
Ta-da! Okay, but we're doubting Thomas's, Linda, so prove it to me.
Sure, be happy to. So let's go back here. Things still look the same. No worries. We're going to re-estimate that fee schedule. So once we have that fee schedule re-estimated, there is the Assurance carrier, and now it has the Assurance fee schedule assigned.
Exactly. And let's go back to that treatment plan, and let's slow it down a little bit, although everyone's going to see we're going to do this 5 million times. Let's go back to the treatment plan and do the re-estimate.
Sure thing. And I believe there is one more scenario taking place here that we have to look at, this carrier right here. It's still using the office default, but that's because we are looking at this patient who has this provider, and the fee schedule is assigned to this provider as well.
Well, just so I can let people know, we have to create the scenarios to make it wrong, and then try to fix it. So we might overlap a little bit. So as you're kind of doing that, and we'll create the scenario again, Linda, but let's remove that and we'll start with the most basic. So don't watch what Linda's doing yet. She's going to get into this a little bit later, but not yet. She's going to do this again. But yeah, let's fix that one. Let's fix it and break it. So here we are. We assigned the fee schedule to the carrier, and Linda just re-estimated the treatment plan because the fees that she saw are still the wrong fees. So if you want to see what you get, what I see is what I want to get, you have to re-estimate the treatment plan. So you'll see the fact that she assigned the fee schedule to the carrier. Now the fee schedules will associate with these procedures. But if you want to see it, re-estimate the treatment plan. And now that she's re-estimated the treatment plan, you're not familiar with her fees. So doubting Thomases that we are, we're going to click on that procedure, and now you can see that the fee schedule that's being used is the correct fee schedule. Yay. So the top reason why, and while I say this, Linda, if you need to break it again and assign it to the carrier so you can hit that scenario, that's fine. So, and we're going to build on scenarios and build on rules. So the first basic rule is if you have a PPO plan and you want the software to charge out the PPO fee, the PPO fee schedule needs to be assigned to that carrier. Now, you might have had a duplicate carrier in the system. You might say that's weird. Harry Jones, it came out correctly, but for Mary Smith, it didn't. That's a whole other story. But for now, we're just going to teach you where to click and where to look to see if it's set up correctly. And if it isn't, then we'll teach you how to fix it. In this case, the fix is pretty easy. All you had to do was assign the PPO fee schedule to the PPO carrier. Don't forget to re-estimate so you can see it. Click on that date of the procedure and you can verify the fee schedule that it's using. All righty, Linda, how you doing?
Doing all right, Nick.
All righty. So now let's move on to the second scenario.
So now, very similar, however, this patient, Marianne, has an HMO plan. This leads to our second mantra. HMO fee schedule should be assigned to the HMO plan, not the carrier. So when we look here, we see that the office default fee schedule is being used for this HMO plan. We can go here to the plan setup and see that there is no fee schedule assigned to this HMO plan.
And that's the problem. Exactly. So the mantra for HMO is if the plan is an HMO plan, managed care plan, even a Medicaid plan, we say the mantra is HMO managed care fee schedules are attached to the plan. PPO fee schedules are attached to the carrier. So you see there's two places where you can attach a fee schedule, to the carrier, PPO, to the plan, managed care. So it wasn't there. Now Linda's going to the good old setup, fee schedule assignments to make the assignment that wasn't there. So what did you do, Linda, to do the assignment? So slow it down, just, so they can catch up. Otherwise, they might think they're going too fast.
Absolutely. So in this case, I search plans. I searched for the plan instead of the carrier. Once I found my plan, I then selected a fee schedule. So I chose the plan, the fee schedule, and I assigned the fee schedule. And that's what we have here. Exactly.
All righty. Now prove it to the doubting Thomases that what you did fixed your problem.
Sure thing.
So the good old reestimate. So what you see is what you get. And, yep, go for it, Linda. Thank you. She clicked on the date, and there you can see what's the fee schedule being used. Yay. So fantastic. All righty. Moving on to scenario number 3. What's another reason why my fees aren't calculating correctly?
Well, we have our patient, Frankie, and we see that he also has an Aetna DHMO plan, but we can look at these fees and we can just tell from the get-go they aren't looking right, and it's using the office default fee schedule. So we know clearly that's not correct for this plan. And when we look here, let's see, maybe there's not a fee schedule attached, but there is.
Strike one, Linda.
Yep, let's take a look at this. So it's got the right name, HMO Aetna M, but here's our problem. It's the wrong type. It's the wrong type of fee schedule, because when we add our fee schedules in Denticon, we have to select the fee schedule type. And in this case, unfortunately, the wrong type was selected. Should have been the managed care type fee schedule. So it matters when you are creating the fee schedule, the type of fee schedule you choose.
That's right. And there they are clearly stated. So insurance managed care fee schedule is the type of fee schedule you're going to use for an insurance managed care plan. All right, so click on that, Linda. Let's see what it looks like.
Sure thing.
And so once you start kind of looking at it and getting familiar with it, so there it is. It's a patient pays, insurance pays. It's 2 columns. That's how we manage managed care fee schedules. So I guess, how do we fix this, Linda? What do we do? So we have to create the fee schedule and assign it, I would assume.
Exactly. So you create the correct fee schedule. You can't just copy it. You have to actually create a new fee schedule in this case. And then once your new fee schedule has been created, you will assign that fee schedule after you remove this assignment. So don't forget to remove the bad assignment or the wrong assignment. And
okay,
then,
so we're learning something new here. We're at the same place you've been all along, fee schedule assignment, but this is also the place where you can unassign a fee schedule that's incorrectly assigned. So we're building here on some building blocks, and to unassign, you clicked the scary word delete.
Exactly. No worries, though. It doesn't delete the fee schedule. It doesn't delete the plan or the carrier or the provider or whoever you're unassigning it to. It just disassociates that fee schedule with that plan, carrier, provider, office, whatever you've assigned it to. So you'll still have it here in your records for your historical value to go back and take a look, just in case somebody might have been assigned that fee schedule or posted out under that fee schedule in the past.
Exactly.
So here, we've chosen the right one, and I just named it quite simply Aetna M Good, so I would know the correct fee schedule, and then we assign that one. So now we have the plan with the correct fee schedule.
Yay. And of course, once you unassociate, disassociate, or unassign a fee schedule, you can delete it, or as Linda said, you can, name it bad. So this way, if you want to keep it there for historical purposes, you most certainly can. So good one. But now we're back to the cha-cha-cha of reestimate, because you're not done. You unassociated, great. You associated the good one, fantastic. Now you need to reestimate, so you'll see the efforts working for you, and then prove that the fee schedule is correct.
Yep. And I believe
it's okay, Linda. I think as long as the rule is correct, we're fine.
Yep. That's what happens when we use our setup for our scenarios when we're doing support as well.
Exactly. So that's okay. So we just learned a new thing, which is what? Which is the fee schedule type has to somewhat marry to the plan type. So the reason this wasn't working was because the HMO plan had the fee schedule assigned to the plan. Okay, so what's the problem? The fee schedule type was incorrect. It was an office fee schedule, like senior citizen discount. It can't be an office fee schedule. It needs to be a managed care fee schedule. So you unassigned the bad fee schedule, you created the correct type of fee schedule, and then you assigned it. Beautiful. All righty, so now what's the next scenario that we have?
Well, our next scenario is a little bit tricky because it looks correct from the outset. However, when we choose this fee, we can tell that's not the correct fee for this plan and this
is a PPO plan
carrier.
And you clicked on the procedure. You said, nope, that's the wrong fee schedule. It's the wrong fee. So we're back to now, PPO fee schedule attached to the PPO carrier. That was your mantra, and that's where you are now.
Exactly.
You clicked on the carrier.
Yeah, exactly. We are now just going through our steps, process of elimination, what could be the problem here. So this is named correctly at least, and it's a PPO type fee schedule.
So far we're striking out all over the place, right? We've got the right fee schedule type. We've got it assigned to the correct place. Okay, now what's the problem?
So now let's look at the code itself. Well, there's our problem, Kathleen. We don't have a fee here. So the system is just going according to the hierarchy and selecting the next fee that it has available.
Okay, so, exactly. So there's no fee here, but it did show up the office default fee. Why did it do that? Because of fee schedule hierarchy. And so you can use that as a benefit. So in this case, we didn't put the fee in for that procedure. The software sees there's no fee for a PPO fee schedule, and it uses the next available fee schedule, which in this case was the office default. And in some cases, that might be a benefit. You might be like, that's exactly what I want it to do. The plan doesn't cover this procedure, and therefore I should be able to bill out UCR. And in other cases, you might say, no, that was wrong. Oops. And now all you do is put the fee in the fee schedule, you re-estimated, and now go ahead and Linda, show us the Doubting Thomas that the correct fee is being used. So you click on the procedure, and there you go. There's the fee schedule being used, which is the correct one. All righty, so we learned something new, which is just because a fee is coming up and the plan is right and the fee schedule type is correct and the carrier has the fee schedule, you have to look and verify that the fee is there for the fee schedule that you're using. So that's hierarchy. What happened was the software used the fee schedule hierarchy. No fee for that code. Let me look at the next available fee schedule. And in that case, it was the office default. All righty, moving right along. What's our next scenario?
So
the one that keeps on getting you in trouble, Linda, actually, is our next scenario.
Well, almost. This one is with the new provider, Hillary Hart. She's seeing patient Emily. Emily has the Care First plan she has the Care First plan through the Care First carrier. That's a mouthful. And let's take a look at her treatment. She's having a crown. That fee is pretty high. It's using a specialist fee schedule. Well, let's take a look here. No, this is the correct fee schedule for this plan and carrier, the insurance PPO fee schedule for the Care First carrier. No fees here, so that's a good thing, right? Because we don't want to see a fee schedule assigned to that plan when it's a PPO carrier. So our next process of elimination, we're going to choose the provider and find out what's going on here. And here we go. Someone got excited and assigned Dr. Hart a specialist fee schedule.
So now slow down here a little bit because I want to make sure people understand what you're doing. So
Sure.
We've learned how to assign a fee schedule. We've learned how to unassign a fee schedule. And now you're wondering what could be the problem with this scenario. So you already checked the carrier, correct fee schedule, PPO, correct fee schedule type, not that. You look to the plan, yay, no fee schedule attached to the plan. Why are we happy about that? Because this is a PPO plan, PPO fee schedule attached to the PPO plan. We don't want it necessarily attached to the, PPO fee schedule attached to the PPO carrier. We don't want it attached to the plan. So, like you said, process of elimination, maybe the fee schedule is assigned to a provider. Yes, you most certainly can attach fee schedules to a provider. In this case, you weren't sure if that's what was going on, so you selected the provider and you simply did search. You said, tell me, fee schedule assignment, is there a fee schedule attached to Hillary Hart? Because you're not sure. And sure enough, it showed you below that there is. There's that specialist fee schedule. It is attached to Hillary. Problem is, Hillary is not a specialist. That's incorrect. We don't know what happened. We don't know who did it. But what we know is it's not correct. So here you go back to removing the fee schedule assignment.
And again, it's not deleting the fee schedule. It's just removing the association.
So we're back to the cha-cha, which is the good old, what I see is what I want to get. So let's go ahead and reestimate. Looking better, 800, not 1,200. And yay, there it is telling you what's the fee schedule being used. So I just want to mention, you don't have to reestimate the treatment plan, by the way. Linda, stay here for a quick second.
Sure thing.
And you hover over the words reestimate at posting. Yeah. So the only reason you're reestimating is because what you see, 1,200, is wrong. And you want to make sure it's going to charge out the correct fee, 800. So that's why you reestimate. You reestimate so what you see is what you get. If you didn't reestimate after you did the fix, which was the unassigned, if you clicked and posted that $1,200 crown, it would have ended up becoming $800. Why? Because the software is doing you a favor and it's going to reestimate for you. It's going to say, well, look at that, something changed, different fee schedule, not assigned, and it'll reestimate for you. But you reestimate, so what you see is what you get. Beautiful. All righty, Linda, what else we got?
Well, I think the next one is the one that was giving me trouble earlier. So we're going to just choose this provider.
So are you making it bad, Linda, or are you fixing it, or where? Okay. So don't mind what she's doing. She's trying to create the scenario to make it not work. And while you do that, I'll mention. So the next one is, and similar to what we just saw, but in this case, it's the UCR fee schedule is incorrectly assigned directly to the treating provider. So once again, Linda's going to go through the layers and check everything we've learned until she finally figures out what's going on, why is it wrong. And in the other scenario, it was the specialist fee schedule. This one, it's going to be the UCR fee schedule. And I see people do this a lot. Once they get comfortable with fee schedule assignments or they stumble onto fee schedule assignments, they go a little crazy and they start assigning fee schedules all over the place. And the office default or your UCR fee schedule is the default fee schedule when you set up your practice. So it's redundant, not necessary, and can actually create problems if you start assigning a UCR fee schedule to the provider. And so here is going to be the scenario. All right, so let's start up at the top with Carlota Juarez. So hi, Carlota. What happened with Carlota?
So she has this Emeritus plan, and we've just looked at it. She has the office has correctly assigned the PPO Emeritus fee schedule to the Emeritus carrier. It is the correct type of fee schedule, which is always a good thing.
Check.
This is a PPO plan, so we don't want to see a fee schedule here. There's no fee schedule, so that's a good thing. And again, just out of the process of elimination, we are going to next check that provider and just select our provider and search. There's the assignment. That's incorrect. We'll delete that association, and then we'll go back, and if we want to just double check, we can reestimate. And here we go.
Yay.
Correct fees, which is what we like to see.
Perfect, exactly. So it's not always evident, in the first couple of clicks, what might be wrong, and that's why fee schedule assignment allows you to search to see if things are assigned, and maybe that's what the problem is. So, beautiful. So the next one is UCR fee schedule is incorrectly assigned directly to the insurance carrier. So similar scenario where that UCR fee schedule is being assigned all over the place, but let's take it from the top with good old Toby McGuire.
Sure thing. So here we have Toby's plan. It doesn't look quite right. Office default. So let's start from the beginning. We'll look at that carrier. And here we go. Right away we see what the issue is. It has an office default fee schedule assigned. So to fix this, we'll go right back to where we've been before. Setup, fee schedules, fee schedule assignments bulk. We're going to search that carrier. And here we see I selected the Cigna PPO. If you aren't sure, you could check them all and it'll show you everything all at once. Then we just select this one and delete that assignment. Now what we're going to need to do, since we removed the incorrect assignment, we'll need to select the correct assignment. So here we have a PPO fee schedule for Cigna. Here's the PPO Cigna carrier. We'll just assign that fee schedule. We'll go back to the treatment plan. As always, we're going to re-estimate one more time just to see. And now our fees are different. We can see we have the Cigna PPO fee schedule.
Exactly. So it's similar but different places in terms of incorrect fee schedule, office default attached to the provider, the carrier, and now the next one is you see our fee schedule is incorrectly assigned directly to the insurance plan. So Peter Frampton, do you feel like I do?
Yep. We're aging ourselves now, Kathleen.
Good times.
With this patient, we have Peter Frampton. He has the carrier, United States Life Insurance, which is AIG, and his treatment plan doesn't look quite right to us. It's using an office default. So let's look here. Maybe there we have one problem there. However, this is our real issue. We have an office default fee schedule assigned to a plan. This is a PPO plan. So clearly, we don't want a PPO plan to have an office default fee schedule assigned to it. We don't want a PPO plan to have any fee schedule assigned directly to it. We want our PPO carriers to have the correct assignment. So what we're going to do here is we're going to search for that plan, because remember, we need to unassign the wrong fee schedule. So I searched the plan name. I found the plan. Here is the plan with the wrong fee schedule assigned. We're going to remove that assignment. And now we want to go back and we're going to find the correct assignment, which is AIG. We need to go up here and find a fee schedule, PPO, AIG. If it wasn't there, you'd need to create that PPO type fee schedule. We've assigned that fee schedule. So now we just go back to the treatment plan. We'll re-estimate. And now we see that the fees are wrong because of the provider. But we have the correct fee schedule assigned to the carrier. We've removed the fee schedule assignment from the plan. And we'll just double check and make sure there's nothing there. All right, Kathleen, you still with us?
I'm still with you, dear.
Awesome.
Yep. So I was reading some of the questions. So let's see. We have one here. I'm going to ask you to do the PPO fee schedule is correctly attached to the contracted insurance carrier, but also incorrectly attached to the insurance plan. We'll do that one, and then we'll open it up for some questions, because I see there's a good one regarding a specialist. So the question is, Linda, before you get into it, is, so just so she knows we're going to take it, which is, I have a patient who has an insurance plan. He was treated by the GP, and now he's being treated by the specialist. Do I have to, her question is, do I have to set up a whole other plan? And the answer is no. So as you can see, we are creating specialty fee schedules, and those specialty fee schedules can be assigned to that specialist and the carrier. and that's what would override. So are you noticing that when the specialist or the doctor was assigned the fee schedule, it overrode the PPO fee schedule that Linda had correctly assigned to the carrier? Why? Because of fee schedule hierarchy. So the more specific you are about your fee schedule assignment, that fee schedule overrides it. So let's show when a fee schedule is attached to both the carrier and the plan, which is a bad thing for the most part.
Right.
And then just to give you a preview, next month's webinar is going to show you how to do all fee schedule assignments of every plan type correctly. So again, this is just, hey, something is wrong. How do I recognize the wrongs and how do I fix it? Because you might have inherited wrong. And then we will next month do, how do I do it right from the very beginning? So we're going to show you a wrong here, and then we'll go into how to assign a fee schedule to a specialist for a particular carrier and or office. All right. Sorry, Linda, kind of took over there. How you doing?
No
Where
problem.
are we?
Well, so what I'm doing here, I'm just assigning this fee schedule to, and we're assigning the PPO Cigna fee schedule to this principal carrier, but it's also assigned to the plan. So we're going to take a look at the fees here. We're going to re-estimate, and we'll see that it's still using the Cigna PPO fee schedule. This is really very similar to what would be our last scenario, Kathleen, where we have the HMO fee schedule incorrectly attached to the carrier and to the plan. And we were just discussing this yesterday.
Yes. So the mantra we've been kind of mantraing is PPO fee schedule should be attached to the PPO carrier, period. Managed care fee schedule should be attached to the managed care plan, period. And for the most part, you're not mixing the two. You really shouldn't. It's over assigning if you have the PPO fee schedule attached to the carrier and the plan. If you have the HMO fee schedule attached to the plan and the carrier. First of all, it's redundancy, it's too much work, and it can actually cause a problem with the incorrect fee appearing. So in this scenario, we're going to say that the fee schedule is over assigned. It shouldn't be assigned to both the carrier and the plan. And so once again, you can then unassign the fee schedule from the bad place, whether it's I'm going to unassign the HMO fee schedule from the what? I wish you could all, chime in and say from the carrier, because it's not supposed to be attached to the carrier. Or if this was a PPO plan and we saw that the PPO fee schedule was attached to the plan and the carrier, I would say, Linda, go ahead and unassign the fee schedule from where? From the plan. We don't want a PPO fee schedule assigned to a plan. It should be assigned to where? The carrier. Exactly. All righty, so why don't we then help out our friend here who said, do I have to create a whole new insurance plan in order to have the specialty fees appear? And so the answer is no. And what you would do is you would, and I always like to use the endodontist as the example. If you have a specialist and it is an endodontist and she only does 3 codes, 33, 10, 20, and 30. Let's make life simple. First of all, that fee schedule only needs to have those 3 codes. And let's pretend that specialist, the endodontist, every now and then likes to do pro fees. I'm going really crazy here. And the pro fees that endodontist does, he doesn't get paid any more than the hygienist would. Let's just pretend. And so that's where fee schedule hierarchy comes into play. That your fee schedule for the specialist only needs to have the codes that the specialist gets to charge a higher fee for. That's the first thing. And so therefore, when he does the pro fee, there is no code for pro fee in his fee schedule, and therefore the software will look at the next available fee schedule, which is probably the office default. Now, if that endodontist gets to charge a higher fee no matter who he sees, a Cigna patient, an HMO patient, then you just assign the fee schedule to the provider. But if it's, well, actually, no, Count, he only gets to charge those higher fees for Delta PPO. He has a different fee schedule for MetLife, and he has yet another fee schedule for Cigna. So then you would need 3 specialty fee schedules because they're different. But we won't get that complicated. So what you're going to do, Linda, is let's show our friend how to assign a fee schedule to a provider. We already saw how we unassign it. Let's show how to assign it to a provider and to the PPO carrier.
Sure thing. So let me just double check here which carrier this was.
It doesn't matter, Linda. All we're going to do is show how to assign it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. We don't have to prove anything. We're just going to show how to do a fee schedule assignment to a provider. So the first thing you do is choosing your provider that you want to assign the fee schedule to. Doesn't matter in our scenario. Yep. And then you're going to choose the carrier that the doctor participates with. In your pretend scenario, it's going to be Cigna PPO. Yep. And then what's the fee schedule we're going to assign? Well, it would be that specialist fee schedule probably, whatever you called it, doesn't matter. There you go. So, and let's slow down here. You'll notice we even have office. So you can even go even more specific. Well, in Newport Beach, he gets to charge $2,200, but in Santa Ana, he only gets to charge $1,800. You don't have to do it for the office, though. Yeah. So here we are doing a triumvirate of a fee schedule. That's a specialist fee schedule. We're attaching it to Mandy, the specialist, as well as the carrier, Cigna. So, yep, she clicks on Assign Fee Schedules.
And my system.
Yeah, it probably didn't like that office thing, yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful. And let's look at that so we start to get comfortable that you've got the fee schedule, it's attached to the carrier, and attached to the provider. So that fee schedule is only going to work when Mandy Dobson treats a patient that has the carrier, Cigna PPO, and performs the procedures that are in that fee schedule. And like I said, it only needs to be 33, 10, 20, and 30. When Mandy does the pro fee or she does a crown, since she doesn't get paid any higher, her reimbursement isn't any higher from Cigna PPO for those procedures, you do not have to embed the general PPO fee schedule into the specialist fee schedule, which is fantastic. That is the fee schedule hierarchy coming into play. So next thing I want you to show, Linda, if you don't mind, which is, let's say now that you've kind of got a little bit of, fee schedule assignment, wrong place, the PPO versus the plan, managed care versus PPO. How do folks here get ahead of it? How do they know if they've got creeping in their system bad fee schedule assignments? Show us how we can kind of get the 10,000-foot view of everything that is assigned, and then maybe focus a little bit.
Sure thing. So all I did, I went to fee schedule, set up fee schedules, fee schedule assignments bulk, and I just clicked on search. I didn't touch anything, just chose search. That's going to give you that big view, everything that we see that you have listed, everything that's assigned, doctors, providers, carriers, plans, what have you. Now, this is a great option for you, but I know folks are really busy in the office. They might not have time to focus on the big picture all at once. Say you have a certain company in the area. You have a lot of patients who are employees of BJ's Wholesale, and you just want to double check and make sure that they have the right setup, the right fee schedule assigned, because that would be a lot of patience to go back and fix later on. So you can just search by a single plan name or a single carrier, just in case you want to be a little bit more specific when you are searching.
Exactly. So, Shelley, how are we doing with questions out there in question land? And hopefully, Diane, I hope that helped. And come to our next webinar, because we'll go a lot more deeper into things we didn't show here, which would be fee schedule assignments to offices.
Kathleen, we've got 2 questions that just came in.
Yay.
So Kim is asking us, what can we do when a service is denied and the insurance allowable changes to our UCR for denied services?
What can we do? Can you repeat that?
When a service is denied and the insurance allowable changes to our UCR for denied services.
So you would leave that fee schedule blank, right, for that code, and then the software would go to the next available fee schedule. So if that is not a covered procedure, then that procedure code in the fee schedule should not have a fee there. Linda showed that scenario, and it went to the next available fee schedule, which was the UCR. So the Crown wasn't covered under this plan, therefore you shouldn't have a fee for the Crown. You can leave it blank, and then the software would look at the next available fee schedule, which is usually the UCR. All right, give me another one.
Sure. This is from Bianca. When we assign a fee schedule to a provider, will that fee work on the treatment plan tab when a specific ADA code is input to that provider? Or is it only when the patient home screen provider is selected?
You have to repeat that one in slowly. One more time?
Sure. So when we assign a fee schedule to a provider, will that fee schedule work on the treatment plan tab when a specific ADA code is inputted to that provider? Or is it only when the patient home screen provider is selected?
Understood. Yes. So the answer is when the procedure is attached to a provider. So Dr. Jones did the exam. Hygienist Mary did the cleaning. Dr. Specialist did the root canal. Dr. Prosthodontist did the crown. Those are 4 different providers. And the software looks at who you selected for the code for the procedure, and it looks at the fee schedule that may or may not be attached to that provider. So in this case, let's pretend the only one that has a fee schedule attached to him or herself is the endodontist. So only the root canal would have a different fee than the Cigna PPO fee. So yeah, the preferred provider doesn't really have anything to do with the procedures that are performed, except for when the procedure that is performed is hygiene, then it's the preferred provider that appears on the claim. But in terms of the fee schedule, it's the fee schedule assigned to the provider and the provider that's assigned to the procedure. Wow, that's a lot of words. So I'm reading, for individuals who don't touch fee schedules daily, they work claims such as filing. How would we know something is wrong with a fee schedule to inform someone to correct it? That's a great question. And so that's why I always say the people that enter the fee schedules, let me introduce you to the people that enter in the insurance payments. And so you folks should be going out for coffees or for cocktails, once a month at the very least. You can talk to each other and tell each other what you've learned. So somebody that enters in, and that was from Jaylene Mays, great question. So as you're in your insurance payment, your EOB is telling you what the maximum allowable is. And if you enter an insurance payment and you see that you're not getting what you thought you were going to get, you're getting more, you're being reimbursed at a higher dollar amount, you're getting less, you're being reimbursed at a lower dollar amount, then that should let you go, we're either charging too little onto the ledger or too much, and I have to keep on writing off. So give a call to your fee schedule person and let them in on the secret so they can make those fee schedule assignments, and or your VBS team can help you with that. So we have two offices close together. Says Kristen. Hey, Kristen, we're passing the top of the hour, but I'd love to answer your question. We have two offices very close together, but who have different fee schedules. When we assign the PPO carrier to a fee schedule, should we always assign it to the office as well? I think that is an excellent idea. You might not know, Kristen, right, in Newport Beach, if that fee schedule is the same or different than your Santa Ana, which is literally right across the street. So it might be better for you to say, you know what, I'm just going to assign it to my office because I know for sure this is my office fee schedule. This is my maximum allowable for Newport Beach, which then begs the question of centralization. That people who are doing fee schedule and fee schedule assignments for multi-locations are best to own that because they become proficient in understanding the whole world. They know what the fee schedule maximum allowable is for Newport Beach versus Santa Ana versus Huntington Beach, and therefore when they create the fee schedules and assign the fee schedules, they'll know what to do. I think that's a great question, Kristen. Good for you. Love you for that. And I think that's a great suggestion. If you're managing your fee schedule for Newport Beach, just assign it to Newport Beach. You're not too sure if somebody else uses it or not. Let them, if you're not centralizing your services, manage their own place, their own fee schedule. What else? Anything else, Shelley?
We've got Lai Sanders. She's asking, how do copay plans work? How are they assigned?
Copay plans work. I'm not sure do you know what a copay plan is?
I'm
Shelley?
thinking here we're talking about a specific copay, like a set copay, not a percentage, like a 2-column fee schedule plan.
Got it. So if what you mean is that the PPO fee is $100, but they're not covering in group number 1 at 80% or 50% or 20%. Instead, they're saying, we, the carrier, will pay $11. Or conversely, we, the carrier, dictate that the patient must pay $17. That's when we start talking about blended fee schedules. Delicious. I feel like a pina colada at 10 o'clock in the morning. Blended fee schedules. So you would have your PPO fee schedule, the maximum allowable, attached to the carrier, and then you would have an interesting insurance pays or patient pays fee schedule attached to the plan. We'll get into that. I'm sorry, kind of had to, Bronx, New York, talk you through that real quickly. We will get into that in our webinar in August of how to actually create fee schedules, the right fee schedule types, to the right plan types, to the right places, carrier versus insurance plan, and all the different plan types, discount, managed care, HMO, PPO, blended, and then across treating locations and specialists. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Please do come in August for part 2, and then we'll have a part 3 in September for fee schedule assignments, fee schedule hierarchy. And don't forget, everybody that participated today, thank you for being here. Take a look at your email. You'll get it in a couple of hours. You'll also get a recording of the webinar. It'll also be in the Help portal, and you'll get the instructions of how to redeem your CE credit. Thank you, CE Zoom, for crediting this webinar. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much, Shelley, for being here as always. See you next month.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Thank you.